Hello everyone and welcome to this video where I want to talk about a topic that has been on my mind, and especially now that it is sponsored by Brickstars. Now by sponsored, I don't mean sponsored, I mean that is my new channel that I'm working on with my buddy, so be sure to give it a follow, a like, check it out if you like Lego, if you like building things. Now, the topic at hand, why every Lego fan should play Stormworks. I'm myself a Lego fan, and I found that there are a lot of similarities that you find in the two systems. But before I dig in, I want to point out these two creations of mine are directly inspired by Lego. This guy here, it's an off-road sort of pre-runner truck that you'll find in this set. And this truck here is the fall and Christmas sort of pickup truck that Lego has in this set. So I used them as inspiration and built these creations, which I just love how they look. And the thing is, Lego has a team of people dedicated to sort of making creations like this work. So the colors are always super well organized and defined, and the creations always just look superb. And Lego just has that. Obviously, I did have my own inspiration for the brand that you'll see up here. It's not the Lego Octan, but other than that, it is pretty much inspired directly by Lego. So, without further ado, let us begin with point number 1. The first point is that you can recreate most of your favorite themes from Lego within Stormworks. Now, obviously, that doesn't apply to every single theme. What I'm talking about specifically in that case is like the cowboys, the Wild West, the forestmen, all that stuff. As I have in my other videos, I wish we could ride horses, but currently we cannot. So we're stuck with a lot of other themes, which honestly gives us a big amount of things we can build. And you're not even limited to vehicles. You can go ahead and build buildings, you could build castles, and the building system is super easy to operate. Unlike Lego, you can paint after the fact, so you don't have to select the right color and do it right off the bat. You can adjust your colors, but you can go ahead and make any which shape that you want. And then, like I said, after the fact, you can go ahead and adjust it. In this case, in about 10 seconds here, we're going to build a quick little castle. Now, obviously, not the right scale or the right design, but the point is, you can go ahead and build all kinds of different things that you do want to have and get your kind of fix of building things, and otherwise, you can let your imagination shine. So sometimes you just love a theme so much in Lego, and now you can go ahead and build it here. Now, whether or not it is useful in the game setting, that is to be determined. Obviously, you can go ahead and build all kinds of ships and planes and stuff, but if your favorite theme is not that stuff, you can still have a good amount of fun just building. Now, I'm aware there is a Lego builder, but here you can add mechanics and physics and all sorts of other stuff, which we'll get to later. But the point is, you can express yourself and get your building fix, and you can recreate most of your favorite themes. They're adding space soon here, so you can even build spaceships. The next thing is that you can use your knowledge from Lego to make your creations that much better. And what I'm talking about is not only the building style, which I'm demonstrating here by building the Lion Knight's castle, but you can use your knowledge of pivots and things to make your creation that much better. So you'll actually end up with knowledge that is learned through time in Stormworks. And what I directly mean by that is, if you know at all the Lion Knight's castle, you know that it is all kinds of angles that are attached to one another. So meaning it's not, you don't look at it and see a square castle. You look at it and you see a variety of different shapes. Even this moat that I'm building now is not at a right angle to the castle. So it has little like hinge pieces in Lego. So the actual Lego creation has hinge pieces that makes this turn and end up looking like it's at kind of a different angle that's not 90 degrees. And you can do that exact same thing here. In a short demonstration, I'm going to explain that to you. So, in the actual set, this piece of stairs is kind of bent in at sort of an angle, like this. So when you climb up, you have to go up at an angle. And the actual set does it with this little hinge piece. Now we do have hinges here as well, but even better is to use a robotic pivot, and by putting it here, press this button, there we have it. So more or less the set looks like that when it comes to the stairs, and now we were able to recreate it using our knowledge in Lego and how they have the little pieces that make shapes that are not just at 90-degree angle with each other. Probably the pivot would be better to put right on the edge here so we wouldn't get this gap, and that's actually how Lego does it, because they have that little hinge piece that sort of flexes and pushes the stairs in at an angle. Another point is that it lets you sort of engage your brain the same way as Lego does, and lets you build things, create things, test around. Again, you can do stuff that is already done in Lego, or you could make fully something that you've designed yourself. And Lego does a superb job at engaging the mind. Of course, you're doing it with your hands and probably not on the computer, which is in itself good too, but I found sometimes that is activating the exact same synapses as doing this in the game. You turn on some music, you relax, and you just kind of do some building, and it may turn out looking spectacular, it may turn out looking a little less spectacular, but regardless, it lets you activate that part of the brain, and you're not spending your time doing useless activity like schoolwork. I'm just kidding, schoolwork's not useless, but you're not spending your time doing useless activities that don't engage your brain. Other games, call it shooter games or something meaningless like that, which I see as entertainment, but I see this more as actually engaging your mind and putting it into something useful. Now, obviously, we're all different, and maybe that's not how we all view useful things, but if you're someone who likes Lego, who likes to amass a collection and build stuff, or if you're just a carpenter or somebody that likes building things but can't be doing it all the time, I think that there is some interesting things that we can do in the Stormworks world that we otherwise could not do in real life. I probably could not go outside right now and build a castle, but in the world of Stormworks, here I am, and if I don't have this set in Lego, I'd have a tough time building it as well. So it just engages the brain, lets you do that same sort of building that you love to do. In addition to Lego, the game lets you immerse yourself and actually test your creation. Now, unless you're a mouse or 2 inches tall, you can never walk into your castle that you've built out of Lego. But yet here we are, walking into it. We see the door does not actually let us get underneath, so we have to raise it up, and we can do that with the things in the game. So not only do you get to build it, but then you get to actually make it work. Now, yes, Lego does have little mechanical things, and Lego does have ways to actually make this work using string. Like, I know the actual set has string that you can make your moat, or your use the moat and make this door go up and down. But here we also have mechanical elements that we can do the same thing with, and thereby you can actually put your creation to the test, not only physically but by walking through it, which is an experience that I imagine you'd never get in actual Lego. You'd never be able to step forward and walk through whatever it is you just built. You can imagine you can, or you can take pictures as if you did, kind of like what I do with my Lego account with my friend, but it's not the actual thing. Whereas this is. At least virtually, that is. So other than the fact it's in a video game, you still can end up using whatever it is that you've built. And we're just gonna go and test it out right here together, that this door is now going to start to be able to move up and down on its tracks, just like the Lego version that we can move up and down using kind of the string and pulley system that it has. Here we are, and if we press this, down the gate comes, and if you press this, up it goes. So very similar to what they have in the castle, with sort of a working gate. And yes, I'm showing you a castle here, but this can be anything. I'm just showing you the extent of making things in Stormworks, making it work. Now, yeah, the game does not, you don't drive a castle around, but you can place this beautiful castle somewhere in the countryside. People can download it, use it, enjoy it, all that good stuff. So it still does have a purpose in the game that's not just, call it, aesthetic. Last but not least, Lego is expensive, okay? This is 500 Canadian dollars for this set that I just built here in less than 10 minutes, or not built the whole set, but built part of it in less than 10 minutes. My creativity is still shining. I'm able to play around, able to design things, able to try to make this same set, and it gave my bank account a rest. I didn't have to go out and spend the money. And honestly, even if I do have this set in person, which I don't have personally, but my colleague in Brickstars does, I don't want to have 2 of them or 3 of them, but maybe I do want to build it and enjoy it in the game and maybe add my own personal touch to it. I can then go ahead and make whatever it is I want. Now, yes, there is no swords and certain types of equipment, but that doesn't stop you from putting an interior, putting seats, some big chairs for the king to sit on, like a throne, I guess is what they would be called, and all that stuff. So it still lets your imagination shine, and it does not put a dent in your wallet, at least, especially since I'm already spending the money on actual Lego. I get to go ahead and do it here as well. So those are some of the reasons why every Lego fan should play Stormworks. You can recreate your scenes, you could use your Lego knowledge to build creations, engage your brain, save some money, and immerse yourself and test your creation. Here's our castle out in the wilderness. Even as fast as I made it, it already kind of fits in and looks cool here. And not to mention the fact that you can go ahead and actually use it. You could walk through, you can, get down there, sit in our throne, and enjoy this creation that we built. So thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more content, and as always, happy Stormworksing, everyone.